What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. Today's one you probably maybe never thought would be on this channel. Today I'm talking about 50 Shades of Grey, and I even watched it in 4K Ultra HD to make sure I didn't, overlook any special details. So this movie is obviously based on the popular book series, which was in turn originally based on Twilight fan fiction, and that is very evident. If you read the books and even watching the movie, you can tell that there's a fan fiction influence here because it reads like fan fiction. The basic story here is there's a young woman. She's naive. She's a virgin. She looks like she shops at like either out of garbage cans or from a thrift store. Nothing against thrift store or dumpster diving for clothes, but I'm just stating the facts. Anyway, she ends up getting involved with a billionaire who's basically an incel. He's described in the movie as being dominant, but it actually comes out more that he's just like desperate. And they start to engage in this relationship. And it's just one kind of goofy thing after another with this movie. The whole play up here is that there's erotica, there's S&M, there's, bondage, discipline, you got your dominance, your submissives. Very little of that matters in this movie at all. You can tell that the people did very little, if any, research into that world. The main thing that gets me is that Christian is supposed to be this, dominant, take charge, master. In the movie, it even like says, I know how to do people. Like he knows how to get what he wants out of people. And I understand the idea. She's this incredible unicorn that changes his life, but like he's basically like, I'm gonna get whatever I want, and that's the way it is. And she's like, nope. And he just crumbles, and like he's pretty much like, okay, whatever you want, sweetheart, that's what we'll do. So it really makes no sense. The sex scenes are very tame, to be honest. They have one scene that's a little bit risque by like if you're watching it with your grandma standards, when he like taps her on the crotch with the riding crop. And this is to show you how tame it is. I didn't even have to look. I didn't even have to reach far for this. This is not some crazy sex device. It's just a riding crop. Anyway, the movie's very tame. I mean, it's like, show me your worst. Show me the craziest, the darkest you can go, is what she tells this guy. And he swats her 6 times. It's not that hard, and both of them just are shattered by it. She's very much a brat in the movie, even though I don't think the movie understands what that means. A brat is not going to be broken by 6 swats, and a self-proclaimed sadist is not going to be affected by swatting a girl 6 times. It's just really cringe-level stuff. The best way I could describe it is kind of like people talk about The Room like it was written by aliens who were trying to show how people communicated. And so it just always, the dialogue in The Room is kind of off. That's what this movie is like, but with sex. It's a sex movie written by people who have never had sex or don't understand how sex works. It's just, the whole thing is very awkward, very cringy, especially in the way that it just tries to deal with the dominant, submissive, and kind of the kink element. Let me be very clear about this, there is no kink here. Getting that tiny tap on the crotch with the riding crop is the worst thing here. It's the most graphic thing here. You do get some topless scenes, and there's some very, very, very brief full frontal nudity, including digital pubic hair, which I think is hilarious, but that's a whole nother issue. This movie is pretty bad by any definition, but I will say that I found it to be entertaining in that, like, so bad that it's good kind of way. It's every fan fiction fantasy come true and put up on the big screen. And as somebody, I used to read fan fiction on my Twitch channel all the time. And so seeing that, it's kind of cool because it's like, this is really just generic fan fiction that somehow made it into this gigantic, literary and cinematic, franchise. And I mean, from that perspective, it's kind of neat and interesting. If you like cringy, awkward social interactions, if you like just woefully misused sexual lingo and whatnot, this movie has a lot of that. The performances are, I guess, passable. The guy who plays Christian Grey is fine. He's just kind of deadpan and lifeless, which I guess that's the way that they interpreted his character. And then you have Dakota Johnson, who's kind of fun, actually, because she's really bratty. She has these huge tonal shifts. She basically... I can't even get into it without giving everything away, but she essentially is complaining because she's not getting something that she's getting. She wants this softer side of Christian, and he gives it to her from the very beginning. He's like, I don't sleep next to people. Immediately he sleeps next to her. He's like, I don't make love to people. He immediately makes soft, gentle love to her. I don't know. I could go on and on about how ridiculous this movie is. I know most people are going to say that it's terrible, and it is a bad movie. I found it to be kind of wildly entertaining and how bad that it was. I watched this because when I left it up to my readers from Twitter about what they wanted to see me review this one, so there it is. Hopefully I'll have a review the second movie up pretty soon. That's my review of 50 Shades of Grey. It's super entertaining for all the wrong reasons, but entertainment is entertainment, if you ask me. If you want to read my full write-up, I'm very proud of the review of 50 Shades of Grey, by the way. So check that out at markfusion.com. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Letterboxd, Patreon, all that at markfusion. Best thing you can do, though, hit that follow button. That's a direct, easy, free way to help me out to continue to make content. I hope you guys appreciate this review of 50 Shades of Grey. I never thought it would be reviewed here, but I'm kind of glad that it is because I do think it's an interesting movie, and I'm definitely glad it's part of the channel now. So thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon.